Hey guys, coming to you today with some really neat little power scooters. We are here today with Pride Mobility, and we have the GoGo Ultra X. We've got a 3-wheel version and a 4-wheel version. These scooters themselves are basically the same as far as the battery pack and the motors. The difference would be up front. One has a 3-wheel, one has a 4-wheel design, which adjusts and affects the weight just a little bit when you're driving the device, as well as stability, but also maneuverability. So we'll talk through a couple of those options through there. The 3-wheel version has the single wheel up front, so it does allow the unit to turn sharper. So in-house, it would be a very good option, being able to turn into narrow doorways, being able to turn with a sharper turn radius. The downfall to a single wheel up front would be stability when you are outside. So works really, really good on paved paths and inside, but if we're looking for outdoor use, this tends to do a little bit better because of the stability of the 4 wheels. So with that, you've got the double wheels up front, which you would be used to with that. And we'll see when we break them apart another little thing that I like to recommend with patients to watch out for with the 3-wheel version. But very, very innovative seat. It is a mesh back, which makes things much, much cooler for the summertime. We're here in Georgia, so we have hot summers. The seat itself is very lightweight. It weighs 23 pounds. On the 3-wheel version, the heaviest piece weighs 29.5 pounds, and that is the front section, where compared to the 4-wheel version, you've got that around 34.5 pounds. So still very, very lightweight options as far as that. The way they will save on weight for loading them in and out of the car for that weight there is they break apart into small pieces. So I'll show you, starting with the 3-wheel version here, how it breaks apart. We're gonna start by taking the seat off and get into how this breaks apart. You just take and grab and pull the seat up. Again, 23 pounds for the seat. The next piece would be the battery pack. You can lift straight up on the battery pack. These are 12-volt, 12-amp batteries. On the runtime, you're going to get 8 miles of runtime on those batteries on the 3-wheel and 8.9 miles of runtime on the 4-wheel. And then the last piece is to break apart the 2 sections here. You lift and continue pulling forward. Now here was where I was referring to. This wants to wobble a little bit when you are doing this with the 3-wheel version because of that single wheel up front. But again, 30 pounds, 29.5, very, very lightweight piece, easy to go together. If you look here on the back section, there are 2 little green stripes. And on the section on the front frame, you're gonna see those 2 green stripes. That lets you know where you're trying to adjust and hook these back up going together. So those line up, you push firmly, they'll lock back down. The battery pack goes on next. And then the seat's the last portion. So very easy, within a couple of seconds, you can have it broken apart, put in the car. Again, very lightweight option, but you do have to contend with that single wheel up front for stability and for different functions with that. The 4-wheel version gives you more stability, but a little more weight, about a 5-pound difference between the 2 there. A couple of other little tricks here. The basket does come off on the front, so you can pull that away, and the handlebars or the tiller will adjust with this little knob here. If you loosen that, you can adjust that to angle that or fold it down when you're going to load it in the car as well. So we'll take these for a spin outside really quick, just to kind of show the difference between the 3 and the 4-wheel, how they handle. All right, guys, we're gonna take it outside, but here's a quick way to enter the scooter. There's a latch here or a lever. You lift up, that allows the seat to swivel. You can swivel it to a 90-degree angle. As you hear that lock in, patient can enter from the outside, pull that same lever, and be able to swivel back around. Now I'm 6 feet tall, about 240. If you look down below at my feet can go on either side of the wheel, so it gives me a little more leg room. Still a very comfortable ride, and we'll look and compare that to the 4-wheel, but let's take it for a spin. So with the 3-wheel, you're going to be able to turn very, very sharp. So as you're turning through here, you can go around obstacles a little bit easier and quicker. And as you go to full speed, which is around 4.5 miles an hour, it still handles very well, even going and turning at a really sharp rate. If you turn too sharply, just as any other vehicle, you could have that tip over risk. So we want to make sure we're slowing down as we're going into some of the turns and curves that we have. We'll park this one and take the four-wheel out kind of on that same course and get an idea of how that looks compared as well. And if you'll come over here and show this, one important thing as you are getting on and off of any power vehicle is you want to make sure you have the key turned off. So a way to tell if it's on or off, if you see the battery indicator here, it will not be illuminated when it is turned off. If you do make the mistake of having the scooter on and you put a foot on the ground and you grab the throttle, it's going to move the scooter unintendedly. So you want to make sure you are in control, turn that switch off. That way, if you do hit that paddle, it's not going to move. Same way of getting on, you can spin that seat around, make sure it locks in place, then you can exit the scooter. The armrests do flip up as well, so you could just flip the armrest up and step on as well. And again, looking at foot room, I can put my toes up on the platform, or I can put my feet completely up on the platform as well. Gives a little versatility in how I would use that as well. So we'll take this for a spin just as we did the other. So with this being four-wheel, it does not turn as sharp. But that being said, it handles a little more stable as you're driving this, so you don't feel like you're going to tip up on edge as you would with the three-wheel. I don't feel unsecure on the three-wheel. It's just that you have to be a little more mindful of the risk when you take sharp corners with that. Four-wheel, you could still tip it if you went fast enough and went over the right terrain. So it's one of those situations where you've just got to be mindful of the situation and be in control of the scooter at all times. Hope this gives you a really good idea. These are just two of many models that we offer. Both brands, Pride Mobility and Golden Technologies, come in 3- and 4-wheel models, and that's common throughout the industry. Most scooters that you see will have the different options for the 3- and 4-wheel. That gives you versatility to go with stability versus weight in loading and unloading the travel scooters that you see. If you find this interesting, I hope you would like and subscribe to our channel, and please comment with any questions you have.